welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks about nerd shit. This is episode 490. 490. We are 10 episodes away from 500, and we still don't know exactly what we want to do for it. uh, and that, yeah. As always, this is the Nerd Gonna here to host the show alongside my wonderful co-host, Brad. Young
What's up,
Yoda.
everybody? Welcome to
What's
a
up, man?
wonderful Thursday.
Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
No, okay, chill.
LonelyOnlyFans.com. Get your Thirsty Thursday on. Hashtag Thirsty Thursday. LonelyOnlyFans.com. Itchy Palms.
Yeah.
Hashtag Itchy Palms.
Itchy palms. Itchy palms.
Itchy Palms, boys.
I don't know what the fuck I got going on, but
Louis tweeting like, "Is it okay if my hands numb?" I'm like, you got carpal tunnel, dummy.
yeah, he was
reading
like,
WebMD probably thinks he got cancer. You got carpal tunnel.
yeah, he was like, hey, I kind of because he messaged us last night. He's like, yeah, he goes, boys, what's it called? Got home, he went to bed. He goes to bed, and then today in the morning, he's like, hey, boys, my hands feel a little numb. He goes, I'm like, yeah, you were on the road for 17 hours. Your fucking hands are cramping up.
Duh.
They feel numb.
Duh.
But
man,
also,
my hands go numb. Like my hands go numb multiple times a day.
Yeah.
But
also with a family history of diabetes, that's also
yeah.
not a good thing. Yeah, that's
true.
That's a little bit of a sign of diabetes too. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see what's up. But yeah, we're all getting ready here to move back. It's probably why what's it called up here? I got some shit up here to what's it called move with. But
I got a whole ladder over here.
Yeah, Brad, can I just move in with you, Brad?
Okay.
All right. Well, either way, that would be a pain in the ass because what's it called? Two people in the same room, mics are gonna go crazy like that.
Yeah, true. I'd have to move you downstairs somehow.
Yeah. Move into your red room in the bed. No, I don't want to deal with that shit. The fucking hot ass, what's it called? Room. No.
You just gotta wait till the AC gets fucking started. It's just I'm too lazy to come up here beforehand and actually start it.
Cool.
But once it gets cooled down, it's nice.
Yeah. You know how cool it would be if you could control it by smartphone.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. I got the Amazon special, the whatever the Amazon
Prime Day.
No, not Prime Day, but the one where Amazon the one they choose. I don't know, Amazon's Choice or some bullshit.
Oh, Amazon Basics.
No, because that thing would catch on fire. So no, it's not. It's just Amazon's Choice what they would choose for this shit. It was I don't know, it was like $700.
Hey, those mini splits are good though, because
mini splits are bomb,
bro. Because when it needs to get cool, it's gonna get it cool too.
It's gonna get cool too. Yep. Yeah. And it's not gonna cost a lot electricity wise.
Yeah. We have those back home. We have one in the living room, and then one in the what's it called in my mom's room, my mom and dad's room, and then I think my mom, she wanted to get one in my room, but I'm like, yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. My dad's like, "No, fuck that. You ain't getting one in there.
You ain't getting no fucking mini split.
Yeah,
too expensive. Although you can apparently get those in Mexico, you can buy them quite cheap in Mexico.
Yeah, because they're super famous in Mexico.
Yeah,
everybody has a mini split in fucking Mexico.
Yeah, in multiple rooms, and then they just turn off when they're out of one room and turn it on, save a shit ton of money.
Yeah, yeah. The Nerdcore podcast is not sponsored by the mini splits, but
I mean, we could be one
of the greatest inventions. Honestly, it's a damn good fucking thing to get.
I mean, in my old house, I don't know. Do you remember my old house? You probably don't remember my old house.
No.
But we had window units. I had 4 fucking window units in this goddamn house. And this house was older than the state of Arizona. So this house was 1906, 07 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And had no insulation in the whole goddamn house. So I'm literally dying there in summer. It's I got to do something. So I bought 4 fucking window unit air conditioners.
Ah, shit.
You okay? We good?
Yeah, I tried to throw my what's it called, my Coke away.
No, that ain't gonna work. But this house, so I don't know if people understand, like old Sears houses, and the reason they call Sears houses is people actually ordered these houses from the catalog,
from the
from the
Sears catalog.
Sears
Yeah,
catalog, and they delivered them on train, and they built these damn things. Yeah, I mean, like, great structure, all that. It's just no insulation, and the heater was a floor heater. And if you know anything about a floor heater, it's about like a 4 foot by 4 foot square that's in the floor, and it literally only heats like what's right around that goddamn heater. It doesn't heat the house.
Yeah.
So like literally, you freeze in this house during winter, and then you die during summer.
Yeah. But other than all that, Brad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Yeah?
I think anybody tuning in will be happy to learn more about mini splits, about window air units, Sears homes. We're like a history lesson right here.
And also about a giant red panda that comes out when you're really excited. Yeah. It's just a dry heat that's burning you alive.
Dude, here's the issue right now, Stacy. Like, the dry heat's fine. I love the dry heat. I will take dry heat anytime. It's when those damn monsoons come in, and the dry heat, the 104-degree weather mixes with like humidity, and I'm just like, fuck.
Dude, I'm starting to really hate Chicago right now, man. Because it's hot, humid, but the wind is so strong that it just gives you this big ass gust of dry ass wind in your face, and it's just like, it's imagine like it's like getting a bunch of air out of the breath of a dog that hasn't opened its mouth in a bit, and it's been storing it in there, and it just throws at you. It's like so hot, and it's like, oh, I fucking hate it.
Well, and you know, like, during this time, we just wish for a breeze, because like the wind is just not there, and we're just like, God, let there be a breeze.
That's what I miss about back home. That's what I miss about back home, because the valley has that tropical breeze that you get because we're so close to the Gulf of Mexico that when you get that nice wind, when you get wind breeze in the valley, it feels amazing. Yeah, it feels amazing. But of course, what's it called? I don't live there anymore right now. I will be back soon, but I won't be there right now. And it's like right now I'm just getting hit by this fucking dry ass wind that like feels like fucking just day old breath. I don't know.
Day old breath. The old dog breath.
Yeah. But of course, y'all, we're here to talk to you all about Turning Red today. We're gonna be reviewing Turning Red, which is the new it's a new film that came out this year. Not too new. I had a review on the site for a bit now, but Brad was finally able to watch it. Also because like if we wanted to do Doctor Strange, I won't be here to do Doctor Strange because I leave on the 25th, but my setup is going to be packed up for before the 25th. So, yeah.
Hey, Kylie.
Hi, Kylie. Hey, guys. Yeah. But my day's been all right, Brad. Just been packing up here. I've been doing just packing here, and I'm going to sit down and watch my 1000 movie that I'm going to log into.
Oh, which one was it?
Silence. Yeah, from Martin Scorsese. What's it called? Metropolis 1, almost 1. Yeah, and honestly, I really want to watch Metropolis too because I've never seen that film, but it's a 2 hour and 29-minute silent film.
I voted for Metropolis.
Yeah, I want to watch Metropolis. I'll get to that later, but yeah, Lightyear was very good. It went beyond.
Okay, so what is the deal with Lightyear? I've heard some things. So Buzz Lightyear is basically the toy version of the cartoon that comes from what Lightyear is the television show.
Lightyear
Buzz Lightyear
is the man. Lightyear is the man.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing. So this is what I heard. So it's not like this isn't actual like, you know, like aliens and all that shit. So that's not actually the true story. So it's a television show played. So actors playing Buzz Lightyear. And then the Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story is actually from the cartoon. So it's the toy version for the cartoon of Buzz Lightyear, which comes from the show and that actor.
Yeah. Sounds so confusing.
It's so fucking confusing. They should have just gone with actual fucking astronaut and aliens and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to even get to watch it this weekend, so I'll probably get late to it. by the time it's on Disney Plus, more than likely. But Lightyear is the fictional man who inspired the toy.
Yep, fictional
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But enough about Lightyear. We're here to talk about Turning Red, and we're going to talk about this big red panda, boy bands, teenage angst, all of that wonderful stuff, and a little bit of flair from the late '90s. Because Jesus Christ, late '90s, early 2000s are sprinkled all over this movie. And of course, if you have not watched Turning Red, this is going to be your chance to get out of here before you hear some spoilers. Or if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the film, then you can go ahead and stay. Either way, how that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, but they treat it like he's a real one. Oh,
You're real
okay,
me.
you're a real man. But yeah,
You're real
um,
me.
Brad, I got some stuff to read here.
Well,
3 paragraphs. So,
apparently,
all right, my hands itch. Turning Red is a 2022 American computer animated fantasy comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It was directed by Domi Shi in her feature directorial debut. If you don't know Domi Shi, everybody should know her because if you watched Incredibles 2, you watched the short film that was directed by her called Bao about the little dumpling.
that
Yeah,
was actually a really good short.
fuck
Really
yeah, it
sad.
was. Yeah. Um, Written by Shi and Julia Cho and produced by Lindsey Collins. It stars the voices of Rosalie Chiang. Uh, so I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm sorry, y'all. Sandra Oh, Ava Morse, Hien Park, Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, Orion Lee, Wai Xing Ho, Tristan Alaric Shen, James Hong, set in Toronto, Ontario in 2002. It follows Maylene Mei Lee, a 13-year-old Chinese Canadian student who, due to a hereditary curse, transforms into a giant red panda when she experiences any strong emotion. Inspired by Xi's experiences growing up in Toronto, the film began development in 2018 after she pitched it to Pixar in October 2017. It is the first Pixar film solely directed by a woman and the second to feature an Asian lead character after Up 2009. Special screenings of Turning Red took place in London at Everyman Borough Yards on February 21st, 2022, and in Toronto at TIFF Bell Lightbox on March 8th. It premiered at the El Capitan Theater in Los Angeles on March 1st, and on March 11th was released on the Disney Plus streaming service and at limited theaters. It was released theatrically in most countries with Disney Plus. It grossed 19.2 million outside the U.S. and Canada and received critical acclaim. Um, yeah. It has a budget of 175 though. I need to know what I'm probably sure it made a lot of money on
Disney
through
Plus.
Disney Plus numbers because everybody was talking about this shit. Like
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
I don't know how you figure out the money in that, but it must have been worth it to Disney.
Yeah. Increase in subscribers as well has to probably be because of people
Yeah.
who wanted to watch this
You think
film.
you think people actually like bought Disney just to watch this movie?
You probably had some people who probably wanted to watch this. You also think about it like people who probably canceled their subscription and wanted to come
Mm-hmm.
back because they saw this film was on Disney Plus. It's I don't know.
It's hard to tell. It's
I'm
just
in the
hard.
business of making movies, not actually figuring out how they make money entirely.
Get the graphs and charts out, get the formulas.
Yeah. Yeah. But Brad, what did you think about? What are your initial thoughts on Turning Red?
My initial thoughts on this is I am not the right audience for this movie. This movie was not made for old grumpy white dudes. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
So I didn't really connect with this movie. I will say the animation is great.
Beautiful.
I beautiful animation. Like don't even like you know fucking Pixar. Duh. Uh,
Yeah.
most of this movie was like this is really like cringe to me in a way, just because I can't relate. I can't relate at all. To it wasn't into boy bands.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not a
Can
giant
you can
panda.
you cringe? Do you cringe because maybe this was actually what you saw growing up?
It might be. This
Yeah,
might,
because it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yo,
like
this is
all the
how
boy
teens.
bands, all that. Yeah, so it's something like inner deep was probably like, ugh.
You're like, oh, I remember all those girls in my elementary school who were kind of like this, and middle school who like really were into things like this, and
Yeah,
like,
and just like, because I like when I was in hell, when I was in fucking middle school, I was grunge. Like
oh yeah,
I was fucking Nirvana. Yeah, I was all about Nirvana. Like fuck, I was the weird emo kid, not emo kid, but grunge kid.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, this movie didn't really hit. Other than there was one scene in this where they go in the forest, all everyone, and she goes and she finds her mother who's a child,
Mm-hmm.
and that scene, like that scene in this movie is probably the best scene in the whole movie. Is where she basically picks her mother up and saves her mom by dragging her out of that forest that she would have
Oh
probably just
yeah,
stayed in.
yeah. So I'm obviously gonna have a bigger what's it called? If you read my review, you obviously know that I have way different thoughts than Brad here. I actually really love this movie. I think this movie is really, really good. First of all, I'll just like throw it out there. The animation is fantastic. I mean, that like I really like when I first saw this, I was like, wow, this looks like really, really good animation that was like really different from Pixar because like they never do this type of this type of animation that looks like this, and I was like, wow, like this looks so good. And like it also just reminds you as to like, wow, when Pixar does the animation, I love it. And it's like whenever Disney tries to do like this, and like I wasn't too much of a fan of the animation of Encanto or like Raya and the Last Dragon. I thought it looked kind of flat to me. Whereas like stuff like this and Coco and turn Inside Out and all those, like I think they have such great animation. I really like the way that this film looks. I also really like the allegorical kind of talking about menstruation a bit. The idea of like menstruation in this film being brought up. That's like not something you see all the time. Like you never really see it brought up, especially in teenage kid films. They never really talk about menstruation all that much. Also just the fact about like the whole generational trauma and thing. I really like that. And like,
Yeah,
the
one after
way.
another. And this brings up tiger moms. That
Yeah.
yeah, that's what the mom and the grandmother in this were,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that leads to a lot of stress on the children.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that's like, culturally like what I've lived. And I'm like, when I watched this, I was like, oh, this feels like so like remnant of a lot of things that I saw growing up by with the women that I grew up around. And like just also just some experiences of myself, because obviously I'm not a teenage girl. I never was a teenage girl. What's it called? I've never what's it called experienced that, but I saw a lot of things growing up and a lot of things that I've noticed, and I was like, wow, like just the way that Domi Sheik directs this film and really like writes such a like compelling piece about generational and cultural differences that always want to be like hammered into the new generation, whereas like the new generation tries to like take bits and pieces and try to change because they obviously can tell that some things that have worked in the past don't need to work anymore because it's like more harmful than good. I also really like for somebody who didn't give a shit about boy bands. Like I'm not a big NSYNC fan. I'm not a big what's it
Oh,
called
that
Backstreet
song
Boys.
hit. That
Yeah.
one song hit.
Oh yeah, yeah. The music in this fucking movie is good. And this movie
Yeah,
is good. Yeah, you got to give that up to it. Like this is pretty good. So this is Pixar's lead into a crossover with the MCU. Who wouldn't want to see a kaiju battle between Mei Lin and Bruce Banner?
my money's on the panda.
My money's on the dude. When they started duking it out in the stadium, I was like, "Yo, what in the fuck?"
I did like the dad portrayed in this movie. He's like, yeah, they had to take your mom's panda away. Shoot,
Yeah,
her panda was big, like real big,
like real big.
real big.
And at that point, you're just like, okay, like it probably
Like,
means like it's just
okay,
like
Yeah, a
And
little big.
you see it, and it's like, yo, that motherfucker's King Kong,
What
bro.
is it?
Like,
What is the Pokemon like when it with the gigantic Giganta Pokemon or whatever the fuck?
yeah,
That's what that was.
Gigamax. Yeah, the Gigamax.
That's Gigamax
It,
Panda. That's what the fuck that was.
yeah, like it's freaking huge, bro. Like so big. It's crazy. But yeah, I really like the music in this movie, and I just love those instances of what's it called? Just how we was talking about cultural stuff. I found it really compelling. Brad, what did you think? What did you think about the voice actors?
Oh, good, great.
Yeah,
I had no issue. Like my issue with this is I just couldn't like relate to the story at all.
yeah,
So that took me out sometimes. It's just like I, I just I don't much care because I'm an
yeah,
old grumpy white guy. I don't know what to tell you.
and I'll be really honest. Like I kind of, and I'll kind of say this because I think this movie is really good, but I also don't think it's perfect. I think a lot of that has to do with the pacing of this film.
Could be.
I think this pacing is way too fast. Like we're running through things way too fast at this point where I'm like, I would really like for us to slow it down, especially in the second act. I think we brushed through that second act way too fast. And I'm like, can we like stop at some of these moments with the family and like really like sit down and like really digest it and slow it down a
Yeah,
bit?
because her family came right over, and then she's like, "Nope, I'm out. Bye."
No, I'm not like I would
Like,
really like for
and
yeah,
then the scene where she's at the concert with her friends, and the friends are basically like, "You totally threw us under the bus." She's like, "I'm sorry," and then they made up, and it's just like, well, I guess that sure, teenage girls, whatever, middle
yeah,
school
like if
girls,
we just
that
could
sure,
have
you
we
could
could
have
have
like
just
you
yeah,
stuck on that for a little bit, you know?
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I what's it called? I think that's my only big gripe with this movie is that it rushes through too fast through some stuff that like I feel like is really important to the narrative, and it like brushes past it way too fast where it's like if you could have added a little bit more there, like if you could have added like an extra 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes for us to really get in there, it's like I feel like you would have had yourself a really good movie, like really like a near perfect movie. But it's like, you know, I still find this to be a really good. I found it to be really good. I really did enjoy this movie, um, more than a lot of like what's it called projects from Pixar. Like I like this a lot more than Luca.
Yeah, I probably like this more than Luca.
Yeah, because I mean, like this. I think this was.
Maybe it might be around the same for me. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like this does a little better. A bit better at like being able to talk about its characters and like being able to add a little bit more life to that than
I mean,
Luca does.
it just like maybe Luke. Well, I didn't much like Luke anyway. But if I bring up like Wally or like,
Oh
but
yeah,
like
no
those are
Wally.
classics. Those are
No, yeah.
classic Pixar's that got it right. Like
Oh yeah,
everything's basically perfect in Wally. So
yeah,
I can't really compare this to that, but
yeah. Yeah, but for a film that brings in something new with the Asian American, what's it called Asian experience, I thought think it does a really interesting job. It just what's it called execution wasn't perfect, especially with that pacing. And I yeah, but I think I really appreciate a lot of what it's trying to do here, in this film. But yeah, I mean, what's it called? There was also I found it hilarious. What's it called? Oh yes. In when what's it called? Which first of all, fuck y'all for putting her in a room with absolutely nothing in
yeah, what
there
the
because
fuck
of
is
the
that?
panda. It's like, yo, that's some bullshit, man. Like, really,
What the
that's
fuck
some
is that?
shit
Like
right
you're
there.
gonna stay in here until we can till the red moon gets up there. It's like what the
Yeah,
fuck is that shit?
it's like I get it. You don't want her to break more stuff in the room, like
Oh,
with the
come
bed and stuff.
on now, prison
But
much?
like in a room where there's nothing, like that's so mean, bro.
I mean, granted, like I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there. So
Yeah. But I mean, like, yo, like, I audibly just like, God, because I've been there, Brad. Like, I've been there. Like, like, I mean, my mother never caught me making weird drawings of girls, right?
yeah.
But like, what's it called? I feel like
Did she ever
that
walk in on you watching one of your movie pics?
no, Brad, I will be real honest here, Brad. I was never walked in on while I was, choking the chicken. I've never, what's it called? My mother never walked in on me watching, porn or anything
That's
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
What's it called? Never saw the movies I've watched. Like, yeah, like I didn't have that luck, Brad. I didn't. I know you probably did, but like, no, I didn't. But like I can imagine that is literally the secondhand embarrassment that happens when a parent walks in and they look at what you're
Oh,
doing or like they
oh,
grab it.
that went beyond in this film. That mom went to the actual dude in the drawing,
Oh
and the
yeah.
dude was just
Oh,
like, "What?"
dude, I don't even know who the fuck you
He
are.
didn't know who the fuck he did. Man, that man was just making minimum wage at the
Yep.
fucking damn bodega. Fucking that poor dude. Like
Yep.
like he probably just graduated high school. Like
Uh,
he just there just
taking his gap year before he goes to like community college or something.
yeah, he just sitting there on an edible, just like whatever.
Yeah. Brad, I don't know if you've seen the like the dumb controversy. Not that it's not controversy. It's like what's it called? The dumb takes that have been in this film. Like some people were like not liking it because apparently it doesn't accurately depict the early 2000s because it doesn't have the events of 9/11 in there. And it's like
Why would you add
it's
that in this
Canada.
film?
It's
For
Canada. First of all, like
but again, why would you add that in this film? For what purpose? Be like, ooh, are you just gonna have like 10 minutes in there? September 11th happened.
yeah,
That would not fit. Like I didn't relate to this at all. But putting September 11th ain't gonna make me relate to it anymore. It's gonna make me
exactly.
feel bad and wonder why the fuck they put it in there.
Yeah, because I feel like it would derail the narrative a
Like
lot, like
there be
what's going
no
down.
like what they have the giant panda sit in front of the TV in class when they turn it on. Like I was 15 when September 11th happened. That's literally what happened. We were sitting in math class. No, history. It was history class. And they literally turned the TV on and I saw the second tower or the second plane hit the tower. So yeah, like
Yeah, it was. I
what
think it's
point would that have
that
done
take
in
is
this
so dumb,
movie?
bro. That take is so dumb. And of course, the other what's called controversy was the whole like people being like, oh, the movie should not be teaching my daughters about like menstruation and like they don't need to be showing like
Why?
pads and
Why not? It gonna happen.
it's gonna
You
fucking
can't
happen.
stop that. Like what the fuck? You gonna pray the blood away? Like what are you fucking doing?
Yeah, yeah. And so like
That's
that
all,
was one of them.
that's biology. That's the body. That's what
Yeah,
happens.
it's dumb. It's dumb controversy, but I don't know. I mean, and I think those last 10 minutes are just fantastic. And this is when all the women go into that area, into that like
Oh, just
the
the whole ancestry of that. The
yeah,
all the women in the family there, and then they finally like they're like they get it. They're like that's her choice. She wants the panda. She can have the panda.
yep. Stacy says Raul was stealthy, had all the DVD cases switched with Spielberg, Fellini, or Kurosawa covers. Almost slipped up though. When did Alfred Hitchcock direct MILFs Gone Wild 8, son?
Damn it.
It's a deep
I
cut. It's a
mean,
deep cut in his silent film eras, actually.
actually, that's a home video from Alfred Hitchcock. So if we know
Yep.
anything about Alfred Hitchcock,
Yeah. Yep. But Brad, what are you gonna go ahead and give Turning Red?
I'm going to go ahead and give Turning Red a 7 out of 10.
I'm not that high above yours, bro. What's it called? I'm gonna go ahead and give Turning Red a 7.75. I'm not
Like
that
I
high.
said, it's not a bad movie. It's just
Yeah.
I am not the target audience here. Let's be real here.
Damn, Brad, can you learn some empathy?
Damn.
Yeah. Brad's just like Brad's just like I'm glad I didn't like grow up with a sister because then I would probably relate to the boy band shit, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yeah. No, but I mean it's all right, Brad. Not every movie does that, but
My
also like,
fire.
yeah. I mean, hey man, if you're not blasting some Four Town, you think you're doing it wrong, man. But
Bro, like let's be real here.
Jordan Fisher went
Let's be
all
real
out.
here. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC had hits.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not even gonna lie. It's like Nickelback. When people say like I don't listen to Nickelback, you lie. You listen to Nickelback. You
yeah. There
listen
was
to
a period you
Creed. You
listened to it,
listen
but
to
they
all
suck.
that shit. You
Yeah.
listen to Puddle of Mud. I know it. She fucking hates me. You listen to that shit. Like,
Yep. Yep. Oh my god. But
so don't even come in here lying. Like you know you like when Nickelback comes on, you kind of turn the volume down. You still listen to that shit.
yeah. Yeah, it's 7.75 is what I'm on. It's one of my favorite. I think I have it at number 12 of the year right now. Doesn't crack into my top 10 at the moment, but there's a film from Sundance that I watched that I think touches on coming of age a little, way better than this movie, and I think it does it in a really interesting manner. But that I don't know when that movie's gonna get released, but yeah. But I love this movie a lot, and I do want to get this on physical because I think this is one of those that I have to own because it's just I really liked it. But yeah, man, that's our review of Turning Red. Next week's gonna look a little weird, y'all. And I'm sorry, that's because I'm not gonna be here after probably Tuesday. So I want to get my setup already cleared up by I want to say Tuesday the latest. So we're probably gonna do what's it called that commentary on Tuesday. Monday we'll do our next Cronenberg review, which is The Fly. We're gonna do The Fly on Monday. Tuesday we'll do the Godzilla Final Wars commentary
Ooh.
with Kylie, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I don't know what like if Brad will want to do the live show with everybody to review those, but what's it called? I won't be here to talk about the Obi-Wan Kenobi final finale or episode 4 of episode 3 of Miss Marvel, uh, because I'll be moving, and I won't be here for Forbidden Door watch along as well. I won't be there for that. I'll be back hopefully the following week. So just bear with us, y'all. I'm really sorry, but I have to move, and what's it called? I'll be back. I'll be back, and the good thing is that it's not gonna mess with our Cronenberg month. So hopefully we won't have
Won't have a whole month backed up.
Yeah, no, no. Even though I think I might pull an audible and just say, "Hey, man, let's do a Patreon mini pod month next month where we make all of them
And
except for the
just make up all that shit
yeah." And just make them available to the
to the
podcast feed
public.
publicly,
Yeah, it might
except for
be.
the 5th one, which will actually be available only to the patrons. But yeah, we need to find a way to catch up, and I think that might be the case in July. But yeah, of course, we want to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters and everybody who's watching in the chat with us. That's Stacy and Kylie. Thank you so much. Our Patreon supporters are the best. They're the ones who make all of this possible here on the Nerdcore Podcast feed and the Nerdcore Podcast Network. We want to thank you all so much. We love you. We especially want to thank our producers and our writers. Brad, where can they find our executive producer, Shane?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_. Go buy something from the Suppy God at Prison City Vintage in Illinois.
Yes, sir. Oak Hill,
Oak Hill.
Illinois. Oak Hill, Illinois. I'm actually going to see Shane either on Tuesday or Wednesday. He's helping us move some shit to a donation spot that we need to take
dope.
a lot of this stuff back. So, yeah, I was like, hey, man, you know anybody with a truck or a van? And he goes, me. I'm like, all right, cool.
That works.
I'm like, I need a decent sized van. Like, I can't get like a little small like SUV. I need a decent sized van. He goes, me. So, what's it called? We're gonna go do that. Now I'm gonna treat him to some Mr. Beast burger. I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Hell
That shit's ass, bro.
Yeah, actually, is that shit bad? How's the candy?
Um,
all the shit, Mr. Beast, I just don't trust.
Shane has ate it. He has ate it before, and he said it's ass.
Okay.
But yeah, we want to thank our writers, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
At Real Nerdy Dad on Twitter, and our wonderful Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Kylie PLI on Twitter and Kylie P Sports 90 on Instagram. Thank you, Kylie. We'll see you next week on Tuesday for our Final Wars commentary. And as always, we hope you all keep up to date with everything that we're doing here. Go to nerdcore.com, the one-stop destination for everything. Go and check that out. And of course, without further ado, it's been a real pleasure, y'all. Brad, send them out.
All right, Raul. Thank you, been hosted as always. Thank you to all those who joined us in chat today. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I'm just going to say bye, bye, bye. Young Yoda out.